Hey, my name is Brittany Bryden. Thank you so much for stopping by my YouTube channel. Today's class is going to be for the low back. I have received a lot of requests for this lately, so this is going to be a short one. We're going to unlock the hips, we're going to do some spine work so that hopefully you leave this class and your back feels better than when you started. Wouldn't that be nice? So we're going to start off on our backs. So as you come down onto your backs, you're going to bend your knees and set the feet down on the mat about mat distance apart, and just let your knees come in towards one another. So from here, the legs are going to stay exactly as they are. And you're going to reach both arms up towards the ceiling and press the palm of the hands together. Now take your knuckles over towards the front left corner of your mat. You're going to lift your head and curl yourself up. So try to get both shoulder blades off the floor. Keep your knees together. And then slowly roll yourself down, knuckles to the ceiling. And then bring your knuckles to the front right corner of the mat. Lift your head, curl yourself up. And I want you to feel like you're using your hands to pull yourself forwards and then lower down. So we're going to go side to side. So reach to the left, head curl up, and then roll yourself down. Reach over to the right, lift your head, curl yourself up, and then lower down. Reach to the left, curl up, and then lower, and reach over to the right. And then lower down. We're going to do one more round. So again, really try to pull yourself up. And then lower, and then reach to the right, and then lower down. Bring your knees in towards your chest, set your hands below the knees. We're gonna do some circles. So as you pull your knees in towards your chest, then start to take your knees out wide. Bring your knees forwards, and then knees come together. Knees to the chest, wide, forwards together. One more round in that direction. And then you're gonna go the other way. So I'll do 3 circles in that direction. And set your left foot down onto the ground. You're going to come in a figure 4. So place your right foot on top of the left thigh. Let the knee go out to the right side, and then interlace the hands behind the left hamstring or the shin. So as that left thigh starts to come closer to you, keep in mind, try not to let the low back curl off the floor. Keep the low back on the ground. Relax around the shoulders. And bring both feet down onto the floor. Slide your hips over to the right and take your knees over to the left. So bring your knees together, reach your right arm out to the right side. And as you close your eyes, your head can stay neutral, or you can let your head fall to either shoulder. And then bring your knees back to center. And you're going to come in a figure 4 on the other side. So place your left foot on top of the right thigh, and then hands wrap around the right hamstring or the shin. Keeping the low back on the ground. Set your feet down onto the floor. Slide your hips over to the left and let your knees fall over to the right. Reaching that left arm out, shut down the eyes, and breathe into that twist. And then coming back onto your backs, hug both knees in towards your chest. Lift your chest towards your thighs, give yourself a big squeeze, and then start to rock up and down. So you can start off small and then get a little bit bigger each time. And then come all the way up and make your way into a seated position. So you can stay facing the front, or you can turn and face the side. You can sit cross-legged, or you can sit on your heels. Just reach both arms up towards the ceiling. And then take your left hand to the outside of your right leg, and then right hand comes on the floor behind you. So lift the crown of the head up, then rotate the chest to the right, and you're gonna look back over top of that right shoulder. Leave the left hand where it is, chest comes to center. Take your right arm up towards the ceiling. You're gonna lean over to the left, so you're gonna look underneath that right arm, but feel like you're pressing that right glute into the floor. And then come to center, both arms reach up. Right hand to the outside of the left leg, left hand on the floor behind you. Sit up tall, and then rotate the chest to the left and look back. Leaving the right hand where it is, chest comes to center. Take that left arm up, lean over to the right, and look underneath that left arm. And bring yourself back up. So if you're not already, turn to face the front of the mat and make your way onto your hands and knees and table. So you're gonna move through cat-cows, getting the entire spine involved. So you're gonna lift the chest forward, send the tailbone up, find extension through your spine. And then flexion, so you're gonna round and push away from the floor. Now keep that round as you start to send your bum back towards the heels, coming into a hovering child's pose. And then shoulders over top of the wrists, bring the chest forward, send the tailbone up. And then you're gonna round, keep the round, and send the bum back towards the heels. So I want you to move through a couple more rounds on your own, and this is a great opportunity to close the eyes so you can really pay attention to how it feels through the spine. And then next time that you come forwards on a table, you're gonna step your right foot forwards beside your right thumb. Tuck your left toes under. Pick up that knee. If you need to pad it up, you can fold the side of your mat over to give your knee some padding. Wiggle the foot back a bit and then set the knee down. Press the top of that left foot into the floor. You can stay on your fingertips, or you can lift yourself up and take your hands on top of that right thigh. So as you press that right foot down to the ground, I want you to envision like you're trying to lower the pelvis towards the floor. Juicy one for the front of that left hip. And then set the hands to the ground. Hips are going to go back for a half split, so pull the right toes back towards the face. You do not need to have that right leg fully straight. Bend it as much as you need, especially if you're really rounding through the spine. Bend the knee, allow some movement through the pelvis so that you can create some length of the spine. And you can walk your hands in towards you, or you can walk your hands forwards. And then bend into the front leg. Coming into a low lunge, you're going to sweep your arms forwards and up. So rib cage over top of the pelvis, send your tailbone down towards the floor. Reach up, crown of the head to the ceiling, and then rotate the chest to the right. So the left hand's going to come to the outside of the right leg, right arm's going to reach back, and then look back to that right hand. Coming to center, set the hands down to the floor. Walk your right foot over to the left side of the mat, and you're going to come all the way down onto that outer right glute. So from here, you're going to come into a 90-90 shape. So bending that front knee, right knee in line with the right hip, right heel in line with the knee, and then bending that left knee. You can either have that left knee in line with the left hip, or you can open up the hips a bit more. It depends on how it feels for you today. But I want you to actively feel like you're pressing that front shin into the floor, keeping that, then hinge from the hip as you fold forwards into that front leg. So we'll take a few breaths here. And then coming onto your hands. Now open up your hips towards the left. You're going to take your hands behind the glutes. So I want you to intend that left knee down towards the floor. So again, we're trying to get in the front of that left hip into the quad. So you're going to walk your hands away from the glutes. You can stay on the hands. Maybe you come down onto your forearms. Maybe you come all the way down onto your backs. I have a love-hate relationship with this one. So lean your weight over to the right. Use your hands to lift yourself up. Come onto the hands and knees again. You're in table. And I just want you to close your eyes and move through cat-cow on your own. You're just flowing at the pace of your breath. And then coming into table, step your left foot forwards. Pad up that right knee if you need it. Tuck your right toes under so you can pick up your knee and slide it back just a little bit. Then press the top of that right foot on the floor. You're either on your hands or you're resting your hands on top of that left thigh. So press the left foot down, lower the pelvis down towards the floor. And then set the hands to the ground. Half split, hips go back. Pull the left toes back towards the face. Adjust your hands as you need. Notice what's going on with the spine. And then bend into that front leg. Low lunge, you're gonna bring your arms forwards and up. So lift out of the hips in this one. Tailbone down. And then keep reaching the crown of the head up as you add in that twist. So right hand to the outside of that left leg. Left arm's reaching back, and then look back to that left hand. And then hands come to the floor. Walk your left foot over to the right side, and you're lowering down onto that outer left thigh. Bend that back knee so you can bring it in line with that right hip, or you can keep your hips slightly open to the right. But that left knee is in line with the left hip, and the left heel is in line with the left knee. Press that front shin to the floor, and then fold forwards. Coming onto your hands. So open up your hips towards the right. Take the hands behind you, and then start to walk your hands away from the glutes. Either stay in the hands, come on the forearms, or you're all the way down onto the backs. But keep sending that right knee towards the floor. And lean your weight over to the left to help lift yourself up. You're going to swing your legs forwards, shake your legs out, and then come down onto your backs. So as you come onto your backs, make your way into a happy baby. Soles of the feet to the ceiling. Take your hands and grab hold of the outer edges of the feet, ankles, or calves. And as you take the knees wide, just rock side to side. Bring your feet together on the ground. Let your knees fall open. You can relax the arms to the ground. You can set your hands on the body, or you can reach your arms up and over the head. If this is way too intense and you do happen to have a couple yoga blocks or pillows, you can slide those props underneath your thighs for support. We're not here long. As you close the eyes, just focus on your breath. If you'd like to stay in this position a little bit longer, more than welcome to. Otherwise, you're going to bring your knees in towards your chest. Wrap your arms around the shins. Lift your chest towards your thighs. Give yourself a big squeeze. And then let it go. So take the legs long. Shake it out through the legs. Maybe do some circles through the wrists, ankles, the toes. Settle into the shape. And I highly encourage you, before you leave your mat and you go into the rest of your day, to just stay here in stillness. Pay attention to your internal landscape. And clear and let go of anything that you're holding on to that you no longer need. It was an honor to guide you through your practice today, and I hope to see you again real soon. Be humble and be kind. Thank you. Namaste.